Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Stuart Santoso. Today, I'm going to be presenting the paper of comparative analysis on beverage store owners towards sustainable packaging using multi-criteria decision techniques. Firstly, I would like to go over the introduction. So why the motives of the research? So basically, in 2019, there has been an 8.5% growth in the food and beverage industry in the Philippines. And additionally, as can be seen from the trend of the growth within 2019, 2020, and 2022, there is an 8% growth in the food and beverage industry in the Philippines in 2020, 12 to 16% growth in food and beverage industry in the Philippines in 2022. And then moving on to the problem formulation is that from a statistic got by the Canadian institution, around 9% of plastic cups and lids that will be recycled are only for plastic cups and lids, and 79% are just going to be thrown out. They're going to end up in landfills. That is why, if such a high percentage is already happening in a developed country such as Canada, then it is much more imperative that application of sustainable packaging materials should be implemented in a developing country like the Philippines. Next is the purpose and objectives. Firstly is the Sustainable Development Goals, or the 12th SDG of ensuring sustainable consumption and production patterns. Next is the purchasing habits. What is the buying habits of beverage store owners regarding sustainable packaging? What are their opinions and what are their perspectives on it? Then we move on to the preference, which are how are we going to recognize the factors affecting beverage store owners' preferences on their packaging materials. Next is the improvement, how sustainable beverage packaging can be improved to meet the need of beverage store owners. Next, specific characteristics. So basically, packaging suppliers may have their own characteristics, may have their own, let's say, minimum order, prices, quality, and so forth. So we would like to analyze that through the perspective of a store owner. Next is the choice. Identify the beverage packaging supplier that buyers would generally choose given the set of criteria. Next, without scope and limitations, the research would not be well defined. So the scope limitations for this research, firstly, the packaging considered is only for beverages such as coffee or milk tea. The second one, the experts in the industry will be the owners and employees working in the store. Third one, same environment setting to ensure fairness across the small sample size. So basically, all will be treated equally. Next is the owners and employees of small to medium-sized cafe in Pasig City. From the previous research, it can be seen that for this paper, we're going to take the factors of green design capability, quality, price, in-time delivery, inventory accuracy, and accessibility. Next, we're going to discuss about the methodology. So basically, there are two questionnaires for this research. One is for the beverage store owners and the packaging suppliers. The beverage store owner results will be the weights of the criteria, such mentioned before, and the responses for the packaging suppliers will be the value of the sustainable packaging material. It is then going to be inserted into the TOPSIS and ELECTRE III analysis. These are the chosen criteria, which are price, quality, availability of sizes, environmental impact, location of supplier, minimum order, and response time. This will be both for a general guideline for the store owner and the supplier questionnaire survey. Next is the methodology of the ELECTRE III analysis. As can be seen, the weight of criteria will be chosen from the store owner's questionnaire survey results, as I have mentioned before. Finally, the methodology for TOPSIS analysis, the weight of criteria will still be using the same process as the ELECTRE III analysis. So we are going to primarily be using the input of the suppliers while having the weight of the criteria be from the beverage store owners. And for the result, as seen, the top 3 criteria that is most important is the quality, the availability of sizes, and the response time, making up the majority of the importance in the criteria. And to further emphasis on the quality criteria, we have chosen that there should be a durability and a flavor impact, if there is any flavor impact on the chosen alternatives, based on the 7 experts that we have surveyed. Next is the result of the weighted normalized matrix that will be calculated into the TOPSIS analysis. As can be seen, all of the criteria is listed with their weights and the alternative materials. And finally, the final result for the ELECTRE III and TOPSIS analysis, they both result the same result, being that traditional packaging materials are the best out of the 4 chosen materials. With the sustainable packaging materials, it seems that acrylic, paper, and bamboo does not perform very well when compared to traditional packaging materials. So finally, what are the recommendations and conclusions? Number 1, larger factor selection, more factors and more detail. Second one is sample size, improving reliability and more in-depth analysis. Third one, packaging materials, more packaging materials. The third one, important factors, as I've mentioned before, quality, availability, response time. And as it turns out, the best option is still traditional packaging. Therefore, for future research, even though traditional packaging is still in favor, sustainable packaging material should not be disregarded. And that's it from me. Thank you very much. And that's it for my presentation. Thank you very much.